hosted by Tony Gapastone. Thanks for tuning in. It's showtime.
It certainly is showtime. Hey, everybody. It's episode 201 of the Brave Maker live show and podcast. My name is Tony Gapastone, and my pronouns are he, him, his. I'm a Caucasian dude wearing a very plain gray t-shirt with a Brave Maker hat in my Brave Maker studio. It's very blue right now. And y'all, we just finished our 5th annual Brave Maker Film Festival, and it is such a cool honor to do this show today because we're going to bring in some people, 5 people who have had all different sorts of experiences, from being a VIP to a filmmaker to one of our team members to an attendee. So we're going to get to it because this has become now a tradition, and I'm very excited, first of all, to bring Miss Priscilla Lamb, who was red hostess with the mostest, red carpet hostess, as well as we always joke, work wife, and all around amazing Brave Maker partner. So Priscilla, let's hear your introductions and visual descriptions before we jump in.
Yes. Hey, everyone. I am Priscilla Lamb. I was the red carpet hostess for this 5th annual Brave Maker Film Festival. I go by she, hers. I am Black and Asian and drop dead gorgeous. And I am wearing a story shirt by Brave Maker that's gray and gold. And I am sitting in my living room with the plants and some artwork in the back.
Is that a real plant? Fake plant?
It's a real plant, and it is a struggle plant right now, but I'm working to love on my baby and hopefully get her back healthy. So
okay, we were just having this conversation off air, which is so fun. All right, Priscilla, before we're going to bring in people one by one and talk, but let me just say, I've told you this already, but you were amazing. You did a phenomenal job rocking the red carpet, producing the red carpet at times, getting people on and off, working with our media team. There were times when I was not prepared to do something, and I said, could you jump in and do this for me? You're like, what do you need me to do? Tell me what you need to do. You did that at least 2 or 3 times. And then you hosted an amazing affirmation session and party. I just want to say high five and thank you publicly for everything you did. It was awesome. Let me hear your reflections for the week.
My pleasure, man. I was burnt out as a filmmaker prior to this film festival, and so coming to the Brave Maker Film Festival and just seeing all these other filmmakers that they didn't necessarily tell me that they were burnt out, but they told their journeys of it taking 4 to 5 years to create their feature film. They were on a shoestring budget, and it's just like, okay, I'm not alone. I'm not the only crazy one trying to make my dreams happen. And then just sharing battle stories and loving on each other, I just got re-inspired and re-energized, and I'm excited to make more films. Like, yeah.
Was there a moment, I mean, it kind of went so fast, but at the same time, there was 4 full days. Was there a moment that you are, among many, I know, cherishing seeing yourself on the screen, watching your team light up? What really, I mean, you could probably share 10 of them, but what's 1 or 2 you could highlight real quick?
Yeah, I can share like 1,000 of them. Okay. So first highlight was seeing myself on screen, but also seeing my other friends and family members on screen as well. And like that being just like seeing them light up. It's like, oh my, like just seeing my DP, seeing the screenwriters that I worked with for my films light up like they did, that I will always cherish. Another win was that our film, because we showed at yours, someone in the audience pulled us for another film festival.
Come on.
Yes. So it's like, okay, now we're in another one. So we're gonna keep the ball rolling. And so it's like, of course, the relationships and the connections that I made during the film festival is already worth it. But the fact that the film actually gets to progress just made it even more like of a beautiful experience for me.
Gosh, that's so cool. I love to hear that. All right, we're going to bring another person on. By the way, in solidarity with the Writers Guild of America, as well as SAG-AFTRA, we could not promote or talk about any struck companies or struck projects. So as I bring out our next guest, we will just be focusing on the experiences of the Brave Maker Film Fest, which is not a struck company and did not have any films by any studios premiering or screening. So we can hold to that. But I'm going to bring in a friend of mine who I met 10 years ago in a film fest in New York City, who sat on panels and gave workshops. And his name is Lodrick D. Collins. Welcome, Lodrick. What's up, Lodrick?
Hello, what's going on? How are you, Priscilla and Tony?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm great. I'm on a high right now. I just got back from this awesome. Let me tell you about my weekend. I just got back from this really awesome film festival over in Redwood City, California, out of the Bay. It's called Brave Makers Film Festival, man. It's got me like zooted right now. I can't stop talking about it.
Zooted. Tell us give us some of the down.
Got me on a high, man. I'm telling you, I'm on a high and I haven't stopped flying from this film festival. And I'm not sugarcoating this thing either, man. Tony's not sending me any money on the side to say this. I'm serious. Like, I've been thinking about like this universal voyage and meeting you at a film festival that I left inspired like 10 years. I don't know how many years.
2015, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I think about film festivals in general, but I think about that film festival and it was monumental in my mind in terms of inspiring me to go out and do more stuff. Then I think about this person that I met at this film festival, which speaks to the power of film festivals, that invites me to this film festival that I went to this weekend, Brave Makers. And I think it heightened the level of how I felt leaving that one that I met you at. You know, I've been on an extreme high thinking about the people that I met, the films that I saw, the documentaries that I saw that I can't get out of my mind, the staff that was kind, inviting, creative, engaging. Like, I can go on and on about this high that I'm on right now, you know?
I love it.
I love it too. Yes.
You brought, I think, a level of credibility with, again, we can't talk about it, but all the things that you have done in the past and the shows you've been on and stuff. And again, your kindness and generosity, I can't say enough, Lodrick. It was just really cool. And I felt a special, just admiration for you. And so many people were like commenting. I mean, yes, we'll get there. We're going to talk about what we could do better, but there was so much positive feedback all around from the VIPs and our attendees and our filmmakers. So thanks for you. Was there a conversation or a movie? It's hard because like picking your favorite kid, but was there something significant that stuck out for you? And then Priscilla, you can feel free to toss out a question too.
Man, from day one, I think in terms of people and situations and circumstances that kind of set the premise from day one. I remember meeting, I can't forget their names. I remember meeting two people. One was Nadir. I got the name right?
Yep.
And the other
Nadir?
was
Nader, yeah.
Yeah, Nader. I pronounced the name wrong. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Nader and I met Nicole. And they were the first two filmmakers that I met. You, myself, and Priscilla were on a panel in front of the, look, it's right here. In front of the step and repeat, the backdrop. And the minute I step off, this beautiful young lady calls me over and goes like this. She says, "My name is Nicole. You must see my film." And I'm like, "Well, when's your film?" It starts at this time. Please write it down. And I want to talk more if you have time, And leave. And I'm only saying this coincidentally. They share a commonality of disabilities. Mm-hmm. But that's not the foundation of meeting. It's the first two people that I coincidentally met. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And immediately I walk away from her and I meet Nader. Did I say the name right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, good. And I meet him and he tells me about his film that's at this time that you must see in the kindest, most inviting way, but also in a way of, I'm at a film festival and I'm going to make the most of the opportunity, and it was two people that I felt attached to throughout the film festival. One, because they were two people, the first two people that I met, but also it was two people that could have been counted out in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? But, look, my guys right here. Two people that could have been counted out in a lot of ways. But whatever circumstances they could have been counted on, they exceeded expectations. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy's telling me, I've got this film, but also I've got 15 other films waiting for the film festival as well. And she's like, I produce, I write, I edit. It's kind of like, what's that movie? I think it's James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie, and his senses are heightened or something. And at the end of it, the catchphrase is, "What the fuck are you doing?" Sorry, can I curse on here?
Yeah.
What the F are you doing with your life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Catchphrases at the end. Like, I've done all these. What the F are you doing with your life? And this whole thing has been ringing in my ear. Like, you know what, Lod? You got to do more. Inspire yourself to do more. Push yourself to do more. Push other people to do more. And there's no excuses. You know, there's no excuses whatsoever for doing what you need to do and accomplishing the goals that you need to accomplish. None whatsoever. You know? Yeah. I made a long story, but like the
mic is dropping.
People inspired to this heightened
logic
that I have, man, right now about this film festival. And it's what happened? Am I talking too much?
No, I think your Wi-Fi was just going out a little bit. Hold up. Now we got you back. Go ahead.
Oh, I apologize. No, it's it's fed this zootedness that I have, but it's also a premise, a foundation of what this film festival is about to me. It was about brave filmmakers, creative filmmakers, who some of which defied many odds that they spoke about, and it was really kind of like the little engine that could, you know. Yeah, I talked about the documentaries, and I knew that was the foundation, but like I think that's.
We'll take it. We definitely feel like we're doing
film
that.
Festival. No? Yeah.
For
I'm gonna
sure.
stop talking now. I'm just really excited.
Oh, we love it. It's just your Wi-Fi is going in and out. We are eating up everything.
It's my Wi-Fi.
Yes, you're right. But you're back now. You're clear now. But
Okay.
yeah, it was just your Wi-Fi.
Probably because I drank a little coffee and I'm really hyped about this film festival.
We love the energy.
We love it.
Yeah.
We got so many more things to chat about. And Lodrick, you were on the panel or the jury that listened to 6 pitches, 7, I think 6 in person and 1 video. And then we were able to give out 3 grants. I did not have anything to do with it, but you and 4 other people, 3 in person, Angela Harvey and Nicole Levy, as well as 1 virtually, Christine Weatherup, listened to pitches and then gave some feedback and some ratings. And you granted 1 filmmaker $1,500. Her name is Emily Elprin, and she is here today. Hello, Emily. Go ahead and unmute, Emily, so we can get your descriptions and welcome.
Technology, man.
Yeah, man. I should know it a little better by now. I don't. My name is Emily. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am wearing a mustard colored shirt that happens to be the same as my background. Listen, I got kids downstairs. They're going to be loud and interrupting. This is just the best I can do today. I'm so happy to be here. I think indicative about like seeing you feels like I've known you all forever. Like like Priscilla, hi, Lodrick, oh my God, Tony, and it's like we spent 4 days together, but it feels bigger. It feels more. Happy to see you. So I'm also wearing a giant, goofy, teethy smile on my face.
Bring those teeth in. Okay, so I will just ask you a quick thought, and then Lodrick or Priscilla. So as a filmmaker, your first time to Brave Maker, it's going to be a little surreal because you're walking away with a little grant, which is going to make you feel extra good. But I really want to know, honestly, when you step in, what are your thoughts and expectations? Like, because you've been to some that probably haven't been so great. You don't know much about us. How did you even find? I mean, anything you want to share about just kind of managing expectations as a filmmaker?
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to come to Brave Maker. Like, we got in, I didn't, Sarah Mahazabi, our producer, bless her, submitted to this festival. And I sort of spend July with my family in the Midwest. So I was like, this one, I can't go to all of them. I've been to plenty. And then I started getting some emails from you, Tony. And then I went to this Zoom session. And I felt, I think, what is so clear now, which is that this festival is different and it is not to be missed. Even if you are flying in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we need to go as a team because it just felt really important. And sure enough, upon entering the hub, someone said, "Hi, you must be Emily. I loved your film." And I think that just generally set the tone. Oh, look, there we are wearing the same uniform. But I mean, that set the tone of the festival, which is incredibly different in my experience from other festivals. Not to like throw shade at other festivals, but there's at Bravemaker, it was a feeling of community, of kindness, of support. Usually I go to film festivals and I go to some of the blocks. I went to every single one I could possibly go to. I wanted to see as much as I could. The only time I was, not in the theater is if I was at a panel or if, I had to deal with my 3-year-old. But it was just this feeling of collaboration, of connectivity. It had a very magic quality that Lodrick sort of alluded to. I'm still feeling sort of the high.
Love it. Priscilla, Lodrick, questions, thoughts for Emily as filmmaker and grant winner?
Yeah. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Well deserved. Yeah. I remember the pitch. I remember the pitch and I remember the discussions, and I remember how first of all, it was tough competition,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really tough competition. But I think everyone was blown away by what you did, how you did it, the marketability of what you put out. Yeah.
Thank you.
And the confidence in which you put into it, and the passion. Yeah.
Well, thanks. I mean, it was an honor to be, Angela, Harvey, Nicole, you. I didn't meet Christine.
Yeah.
She zoomed in, but it's invaluable to actually get notes and help. So thank you.
Can you really quick share, just a shout out to Tristan Schuler, you had a prep session. So thinking about people listening to this, you came in, you were invited to pitch for the potential to get some money. By the way, side note, Kyra Knox, who got second place, she told me the day before, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I could do it. I need to bow out. And I said, Kyra, you are ready. Get your butt there and do that pitch. And she got second place, $1,000. So you just never know, right? You never know. You never think you're prepared enough. What helped you and what changed from the session with Tristan Schuler from Roadmap?
So much. But first, just about Kyra, I remember walking out of the pitch competition, and the first thing I said to her was like, I want to donate to your film. Like, her film cool. Her next film is just like her last, is going to be brilliant.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think Tristan's session was sort of invaluable. First of all, I had a pitch that was like 12 minutes long and it was supposed to be 6 minutes. So he was really clear about what needed to be there and whatnot. And the thing that he said that I'd never heard of before, if you're pitching, this is great advice. All of his advice is good advice, but comps, like throwing in there, what is this film? And that's something that I had not prepared. That was an addition, and that I think, at least according to the judges, when I said my comps, that's when it really clarified and crystallized
that's cool.
The piece. So that advice from Tristan was huge.
I love it.
Emily, you were our winner, but please share with us one film that you watched that really grabbed you, your favorite one. I know there's probably many, but
oh man, yeah. I mean, okay, well, Keena Ferguson, Backlogged was, I mean, can I name a few?
Yeah.
Backlogged, Bad Things Happen in Philadelphia, Triggered. I think those three are still sitting with me. And just like what this film is, they're brave filmmakers making a movie about challenging subjects that need to be heard. I think film is a a call for action. I think the best films are asking us as viewers to join a story, but also asking us as participants of the world to make it a more equitable, fair, just place. So all those three films, I feel like, really resonated with me and make me want to be a better person, a more active person in my own life.
Couldn't ask for a better soundbite there about Brave Maker and Brave Maker filmmakers. Let's continue the conversation. I'm going to bring in my friend Amrit Hansra, who is on our team and a part of the Brave Maker Academy, as well as Belgica Rodriguez, who was she bought a VIP pass on her own to come as an attendee. So both of you have different experiences. So welcome to the Brave Maker Show, episode 201.
Thank you.
Amrit, why don't you go ahead and do your introduction, and then we'll have you, Belgica, and think about things you want to share, things that stuck out, anything, your interactions with even Emily or Lodrick or workshops or films. Go for it, Amrit.
Yeah, sounds good. My name is Amrit Hansra, pronouns he, him. Relatively new to this industry. In complete transparency, this was my first film festival that I've been to, and I couldn't have asked for a better film festival. I've only been doing this about a year and a half. I met Tony 6-7 months ago now. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I have this unique opportunity being a part of Brave Maker and coming into the industry via Brave Maker, because I've heard of horror stories of, going into acting. There's, a lot of people talking about negativity, this, that, and that. I feel like we have such an amazing community here, an amazing group of people. It was nothing but smiles, laughter, connections from the get-go, from day one, hour one, minute one when I walked into there. It was amazing. Even the emails, I sent off plenty of emails beforehand, helping out any VIPs, any filmmakers coming in. If they needed anything, I said, just shoot me a text, email me, whatever you need to do, I'm here for you. And I had such amazing just banter off of emails to begin with. So I feel really spoiled coming into Brave Maker and just enjoying the hell out of everything in this industry. So thank you, Tony, for that.
Yeah, thank you, Amrit. Amrit was one of the actors in our Brave Maker Academy sessions for 3 sessions, and he is now in talks with our vice president of our board, Adrian DeSantis, about joining the board. But he was one of the filmmaker liaisons, helping create relationships and serving them. Because my one thing, if I told our team anything, it's like, yes, we want to put on a great experience for the audiences, but we need filmmakers to feel good about themselves. We need them to feel loved and valued, because it's not easy doing this work. And I've been to so many, which is probably why I started this festival. I've been to so many festivals where I left so discouraged and deflated. And if it's in my power at all, people are going to leave feeling good. So thank you for helping us check that box. That was great. Belgica.
Hi, my name is Belgica Rodriguez. I'm an actor and YouTube content creator. I am a tall Latina with long hair wearing a white t-shirt. And I am sitting next to a fiddlefish tree with a dark gray paper backdrop.
She says that with such confidence about the tree. No shade against the tree behind Priscilla. It's all good, Priscilla.
Like dying soldier back there.
Yeah, I have a white background. I have nothing.
Yeah, which one of these things is not like the other? I love it. Okay. Belgica, share your experience coming as a...
I feel like a good tree is always a staple.
Yes, of course. Oh my gosh. And then Priscilla, I'll toss it to you to take over. But Belgica, you came and attended, and it seemed like you kind of jumped in many, many different ways. So share about your experience. And thank you for being a supporter by buying a ticket.
Of course. Yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure that I was buying a ticket. I didn't know how many things I was going to be able to go to because I have a lot of things going on. But I said, I want to give Brave Maker this money. I'll see what I can go to. But I am an actor, and I've been to a few other film festivals, mostly just screenings. And this one, I wanted to go as much as possible. I went to all the workshops that I could go to, all the screenings that I could go to. And people were asking me like, wait, are you a filmmaker? Why are you in this? I just wanted to learn more about the perspective of filmmakers. And also get to know filmmakers. So I'm sitting next to people in one of the workshops. I was sitting next to a filmmaker. She ended up directing me in a 1-minute iPhone film, and then got my number after because she really enjoyed working with me. And I have a meeting set up with her in August. So I'm a very, very outgoing person. I'm an extrovert, as I like to say. Like, I physically feel sick if I don't talk to another human in a day. So meeting all these people was my thing. And I wanted to give people like a number. You know, I was there 2.5 days, and I wanted to give you a number of how many people I've met. We met and followed each other, or I got there 27 people. I wrote it down. So I got to meet 27 people of all kinds of backgrounds, directors, writers, other actors. And I always approach it with wanting to learn about you as a person first, because if we don't get along and we just don't vibe, then we're not going to be able to work together, no matter how right I am for the role, or no matter how amazing your script is. So first, and of course, the first person I meet is incredible. I met Tristan first, and then I will go to his workshop. I'm like, wait, you're teaching this? Wait, you're a TV writer? You do all this stuff? And I was like, people here are incredible. And it's so true that everybody there, it was really a really good vibe. And I'm excited for next year. There's Tristan. I'm already telling my friends, like, you have to come. Put it in your calendar right now because we're going.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I am eating up all this positive feedback that you guys are giving, but we also want to grow here at Brave Maker. So if each of you guys can please share positive, constructive criticism, you know, just kill us off here at the segment, but something that you felt that could be better, and be honest with us, because we do want to be the Sundance of the Bay Area, make our mark in Redwood City and be a hub for filmmakers out here in the Bay Area. So please share with us 1 or 2 things that you felt could have been better with your experience here at the film festival. Don't rush.
I can no, go for it if you want. Yeah.
Okay. Mine is pretty small, and it was just my experience, like, upon arriving, and tell me, and you be honest with me, you give me constructive criticism. I didn't know where to go to check in to get my VIP ticket. So just like checking in, and in general, when I went into workshops, some of them more than others, you weren't really able to check in and like show them that you bought a ticket. And I want to make sure that Brave Maker is getting their money. So just some kind of way where attendees can prove that they bought a ticket, and you know, that they registered. But honestly, I hate that that's the only thing, because I wish I could give you more. Everything was so good.
We will definitely receive that. More people helping. Yes, there were times when I think we know people just slipped in because we didn't have our scanners up, or we're running around with, like, you know, heads like chickens cut off, and one of our persons at the door had to go do something else. So yes, that is a good. We receive that. We will do better with that. And if you want to volunteer, you can email volunteer@bravemaker.com for next year's.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, volunteer. And for anybody who is upset that there's not enough work in the Bay Area or whatever, give to Brave Maker. Come to film festivals like this, because I have been acting in the Bay Area for a while. Now I do LA and the Bay, but there's so much talent. We can and will make the Bay Area a place where more things that earn a lot more money are made.
Yes.
Thank you. Amrit, you had something?
Oh yeah, you know, just coming from the perspective as a liaison, and it's not really anything that was an issue with Brave Maker, but there's a lot of Eventbrite issues, and then there's a lot of issues with VIPs, you know, entering their code, and the code's not working. So there's a lot of troubleshooting on all of our parts to try to make that happen. Again, that wasn't directly related to Brave Maker. We'll figure that out, I guess, for next year, and you know, that was one of the main things.
Yeah, we need more, like a better system. You know, we don't have our own app. We're using a third party, so we're dependent upon this other organization to facilitate, which makes it challenging. So yeah, we definitely got to figure that out. I think all around, I'll just be my transparent, you know, reflection is obviously we need more resources. We always do. We didn't get a big sponsor like we had hoped, but I think my optimism is like we can do it, and we do. Creativity can come through limitations, but I think sometimes like, I was like, next year, y'all, we have to make a cutoff. If we don't get a certain amount of, support by May something, then we cannot have some of the things that we want to have. We just can't. We can't throw this party. We can't do as many workshops because we don't have the undergirding to support it. We're trying to put, and people think maybe we're rolling in the dough when we're not. So maybe we need to like pull it back. Like the supply has to get cut back, and then the demand can be high. But maybe when they see that, then maybe we'll get some more support. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's a good comment, Amrit. Thank you. What else from a VIP standpoint, Lodrick? What could we have improved besides providing limos at the airport? We did have a nice
Kia.
Okay, good. I was gonna say we did have a Kia. Yeah.
I was great with my Kia. I'm worried that I'm being a little spotty still. I think the hub is a great idea. I wished people utilized the hub more, or if there was a larger hub, maybe there's a bar or specific, not degrading the size of the hub, but like if there was a common area, because I think in between things, I was like, okay, I'm in between things. Where can I go to find our tribe? Go to a hub. But I don't think everyone realized that the hub was that central place, even though it's named the hub.
Yeah, good point.
I wished, and I don't know if it's a Brave Maker thing, but I wish people knew that was the central place to rally at. Because in between things, I still wanted to be a part of things until something started. So I found myself, okay, go to Chipotle and grab something to eat, and just go sit at the hub, and I'd sit at the hub and wait. But yeah, I think people like in between movies, they probably rallied in the lobby of the theater, or maybe at the museum in the courtyard or something. And maybe I just was oblivious to it. At first I thought it was laurels, but I'm kind of happy that there's not yet like too much competition in terms of filmmaking there. It kind of sets it apart, makes it something a lot more special, and a lot more authentic. But that was my thought at first. But now, as I'm zooting and reflecting, I think that's a strong suit that Brave Maker has. Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Lodrick. Yeah, we were chatting about this. I think on the first day, we feel pressure, like many film festivals, to give out the best documentary or best whatever, best actor. And I definitely rail against that, because I have often felt that pressure of, first you're trying to get into a film festival and there's so much stress. Will I get in? Will I not? And then you get in and then you're like, oh, now I have to feel stressed. Like, will I get an award? And I really like not having it. So thank you for that.
I like it a lot. And I think, based upon the quality of films and documentaries that was submitted, it wasn't a deterrent, And if it's not a deterrent, then you don't need it.
That's good. Thanks, Lodrick. Yeah, real quick, one more other thing is somebody else suggested, what if, we have the hub, but sometimes the hub was used for workshops, so then you felt like, do I interrupt? But if we had intentional places for meetings and talking over food, like, hey, this cafe is going to be open from 12 to 2, grab a sandwich or grab a coffee at this cafe and talk about, so that's good. I think I hear you saying we need more gathering places, intentional gathering places.
Yeah, even if it is a cafe, because there's so many great things surrounding the hub, surrounding the cinema where people can gather at.
Yeah, cool. Emily, what about you?
Not normally speechless. I mean, I think the only thing I got is what Lodrick said. I think I love the hub, but I think it was because of the space of it. It's like, because it's so long and narrow, it's hard to have real time and like see a circle of people. And so I almost wonder if like the actual space of it made it harder for people to unite and connect. But I mean, I was going to say I wish it were longer, but clearly that required.
I hear that. Do we have the energy to go longer? We'll see. But a different hub, a different space. Nikki Adler says, yes, air conditioning. Yes, we need air conditioning in that hub. So we'll probably not have access to the hub next year, because I think there's going to be a restaurant there. But yeah, that's good. We will be looking out for ways to do that. And we'll have this recorded. So we'll go back and look at this and listen to it to make these, this to implement your idea. So thank you. Priscilla, what do you got? we've talked a little bit here and there of a lot of changes. Share with the team things you were feeling that could be different.
Yeah, for me, I definitely agree with all of everything you guys said. We definitely had that conversation as well. For me, just because I was next to the red carpet the most, I would like more clarity about like when filmmakers can come to the red carpet and do interviews, and like make sure that they're aware of those times. And that would be my biggest one, so that we can have those interviews. They can know when to show up, when to arrive, when to look, best dressed and things like that. I think that would elevate the film festival more.
It's awesome. I am so glad when I look back at what we had this year compared to what we didn't have last year. And really it's about, for me, how can I find more competent, qualified people with good chemistry who are going to represent our brand to do more, question and response times, and how can we grow so Priscilla doesn't have to be at every single red carpet. We have somebody already who is probably going to join Priscilla. We're excited. Daryl Merkilo, we're talking about you, but there's a lot of we just want to grow and give more people opportunities. And it's so filling to watch and stand back and see who comes to the table. I think of all the different people that were a part of our team this year. Like we had Devin, who was a co-producer this year, and he was a filmmaker in the Bay Area short section last year. We had Chris Kay, who was a writer of The Reckoning, who was an attendee last year and was totally inspired to write her project. So that's good. Thank you so much. And everybody out there who came, as well as you all here on the show, if there's other ideas or you want to jump in with us, we welcome your support and feedback. We're reconciling all the invoices right now, and we need to get more sponsors to cover all these bills that are coming in. So we're still looking for support. Bring it out there. We can't do as Daryl Merkilo said, we can't do this cool shiz without the support. So if you want, go to bravemaker.com/donate today, or just text the word Brave Maker to 44321. Okay, so go ahead.
I got to compliment your staff, man. Like from the moment we touched down, Quan, Priscilla, what's my buddy's name? What's her name? Nadia,
yes.
Like, it's a stellar team that you have. It's a stellar team you don't always feel invited at a film festival. Sometimes you go and, you step in and you wonder, where do I go? And you see a group of people and you wonder, you try to get over your intimidation and approaching, but it wasn't that at this. And I think that's what makes it so special. You got a great team that you could tell. I could tell I was in a good place from the moment I stepped out of the car into the place. I could tell I was in a good place with people who respected and knew that there was value there, Yeah. So kudos to your team, man.
Thank you, Logic. Thank you. Well, I'd love to, as we kind of close up today, if there's any kind of other lingering things you just feel like you have to say, or, other, like, I like Logic, you were naming people by name, like Nadia. We didn't have a Nadia last year. I was, at one point, I was welcoming people on the microphone. I turn it off, and then I would grab the walkie-talkie and talk to the projectionist. This year, I didn't even touch a walkie-talkie, and it was all because of Nadia and the team, and that was like my dream come true. So we're trying to see more of those and have roles that are compensated, because this is hard work. People worked hard, to put a little money in Priscilla's pocket or Nadia's pocket it's what I want. I want more makers to be compensated. So thank you. Any other final thoughts or people, things you saw, hardworking people or just creative people, conversations you met that kind of stay with you? Anybody want to share?
I keep talking at the same time. You can go first this time.
Thanks. No, I just wanted to commend everyone. Everyone worked their butts off. And it was such an amazing film festival. And, talking to Tony, and I specifically asked the question, how do you feel like this compared to last year? And he said, it's a lot bigger than it was last year, and then obviously the year before that. And this is not just a linear curve that I see Brave Maker on. This is an exponential curve. It started down here. It took a little bit of ramping up, and I feel like we are on the path of just a large trajectory swing going up. So next year, this time, I am very excited to see what next year this time brings. The year after that, again, I say this, and every time I talk, this is going to turn into a monster. This Brave Maker is going to turn into something that is everybody knows around the country, hopefully around the world. I mean, of course, people from LA already know about Brave Maker, have been involved with Brave Maker already, directing films in the Brave Maker Academy. So this is something that is very unique, and I'm very excited to see where this goes.
Thank you, Amrit. Belhika.
So I have two things. First of all, I want everybody to know that this festival has so many great, genuine people because of Tony. He is not paying me, of course, to say any of this, but he's just really genuine. We've only met a few times, but I just feel really connected to him, and I'm not special. It's because he is very nice and kind and really present. So I kept hearing again and again throughout the weekend that there's just so many incredible, kind people there. And it's because of him. He attracts those hardworking, incredible people. And he is so hardworking. One day I literally had to ask him, did you eat? And he hadn't.
And you brought me food. That was awesome. You brought me, I was like, no, I have not eaten. And then Belhika came with Chipotle. And that was so awesome.
But that
kindness
just shows
attracts kindness, man. Kindness attracts kindness.
That just shows that he's working like a little too hard. I want you to next year, we need more money. So yes, donate. So that's just like, I wanted to point that out. He is amazing. And secondly, I'm going to do a little bit of self-promotion, but it's only because it's coming from love. But
do it.
YouTube channel, I'm doing a very in-depth vlog about my experience, specifically the people that I met, the opportunities that I'm getting, so that filmmakers and actors, everybody in the industry can come and get more of an idea of, like, instead of us just talking, being like, it was great, it was beautiful, specific details. It'll be up on my channel. If you Google my name, it'll be there. I'm sure my link will also be down below. But I'm also, I see myself as a hard worker, and I like to support other kind people. So I'm going to do my best to make sure that more people come to the festival next year. And I meant to do it before the live stream, but I'm going to be donating $10 a month to Brave Maker from now on. And I really encourage everybody else to also do that because the top donor is his mother. And I love that, but I want somebody else to be the top donor. Donate more money. And that's all.
I got to tell you this. That's so awesome, Belhika. Thank you. I got to tell you, this guy came up to me at the party and he said, he's going to now be the top donor. He's giving $300 a month because he wants to top my mom. And I called my mom, like, Mom, now somebody's giving $300. What you going to do about it? So we'll see. We'll see.
Don't put your mother in a bidding war.
I know.
Yeah, put your mom in a bidding war, man. I love it.
I want to say thank you. That means so much. And people say this to me all the time. I wish I could give more. I wish I could give. I'm like, I have a guy who gives $3 a month. It doesn't matter what you give. If you give something, it all piles up together. It's the same thing when a filmmaker does a crowdfunding campaign. Don't rule yourself out from giving $25 to your friend who's running a film campaign, because all of those little bits and pieces work to make the whole. So thank you so much. That's really, really cool. Thank you. Somebody said to me at the party, like, meaning to be a compliment, but it came off like maybe not so much. Like, they said something like, I can't believe you're not like farther along in your journey. Like, you should totally be like in a different space. I'm really surprised by that. I was like, is that a compliment? I'm not sure how to receive that, but I know the heart was, we look like we could be bigger, and it's really people believing in us to do that. Right. So thank you. And we want to keep it in a way that doesn't compromise our values. We don't just want to take any film, or we don't want strings attached, from studios or whatever. We want to have the right filmmakers with the right hearts. And it shouldn't be so rare that kindness is like surprising. But if that's what makes us stick out, great, I'll take it. I hope our talent and our storytelling sticks out, but I also think kindness really can make a difference.
I think that was a compliment. That was definitely I'm sure that was a compliment, because they probably see you as a galaxy of just, inspiration and talent and all that stuff. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, this has been great. Any other final comments? I really love this. Is like a love session.
When you grow and become the Sundance, what a testament to keeping this sort of the spine, the heart of this festival. Maybe you'll be pushed into laurels or something like that, but I think maybe part of what makes this so collaborative, so kind, so good is because it doesn't feel like a competition. You know, it feels like everyone is supporting each other. And I think what's remarkable is that despite the fact there's no competition, as Lodrick, you said, I mean, the blocks were wonderful. I mean, they're far more solid than most festivals that are like a lot more competitive that I've been to. And I think what a lesson to America in this time, to watch this festival grow, for all of us to put in our donations and to support it more, you know, more than your mother. Because if we can see it grow and become as giant as it ought to be, it's a lesson that we don't need to be like this. You know, we can be like this. And I think, you know, I mentioned this closing night, but you know, the only competition is the pitching competition. In a way, that's kind of beautiful because it's about making the next thing. Like we're not we're not being like self-congratulatory, like, oh, my film is so artistic and beautiful. We're talking about, okay, wow, Priscilla, I want to see your face on screen for 90 minutes, right? And let's connect. Let's make the next thing happen. So that the competition for like the next thing, but the competition for the next thing, not what we've already created. And that it's not a competition. It's like, oh, for the next thing, I want to use all these people I just met. So
yes. And the fact that there's going to be some collaborations happening.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
May I ask you, and you and Priscilla can probably answer this because Emily just brought up something. You know, I'm used to going to film festivals. Somebody will say that I have, hey, I'm in this block at the film festival at 3:30, and there'll probably be like 5 short films. And sometimes you got to wade through a few that aren't, you know, to get to your friend's film. You got to wait a little bit to get to your friend's film. With this, I found those blocks to be really, really good. There were films that I discovered. I don't think I watched one where I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta, you know, they were all like, whoa, okay, what's next? Okay, oh, here, okay, we got to my friend's film. This is great. What's next? You know, I think I don't think I walked out. I don't think I walked out of one after seeing the film that I intended to be there to see. What is the secret with that? You know, because all of them were successful in their own right.
That is such a compliment.
Yeah,
that is such a compliment. You know, we only got 107 submissions. We were down from last year. I think we had 120 or 130 when we had 150 before. I count that to the pandemic with less production being available that's now churning out. But we were able to take about 61, and I think we selected 61, and we only had about 57 that were able to fully complete. So I think the secret is having a good jury. We try to have, 12 to 15 of our team that are constantly watching. I try to watch as many as I can, but I watch all the ones that get like a 6.5 or above. We didn't have a lead programmer this year, so I kind of got to step into that. And I think it's just about the collective conversation. There were times when we had some of our jury really go to bat for a specific film, saying, this film might have only got a 6.5 or a 7, from 3 or 4 people, but here's why it should belong. And then I would advocate for some because I think I really value Bay Area filmmakers and I want to make sure we're giving them their shot. So it's a lot of just cool conversation, and we're small enough at this point that we can do that. 107 films is still a lot to watch, and to have people debate over. But I think it's that process of conversation and, picking the diversity, the behind the camera, in front of the camera, making sure the stories are aligned with what we're trying to be about, with our mission. So yeah, thank you.
They did not disappoint.
If you want to be a part of the jury, you can email us at fest@bravemaker.com, and it's a volunteer job, and you get assigned a few films over the course of 9 months to watch and rate, and it's a really fun job. And I think being a jury is also a way to figure out how to be a good storyteller, because you're seeing things that work on screen and things that don't work on screen. So yeah, contact us. We'd love to join you or have you join us. Y'all, this was so good. Thank you so much. Priscilla, final words from you as we close this up for our 201st episode.
Yes, I had so much fun. My favorite part was the vulnerability from the filmmaker. Like I left not feeling alone, having a shoestring budget for my film, and having it take a long time to get through post-production or pre-production, I just felt seen, and it felt really good to have a community. And I'm just grateful. Like Lodrick and like the rest of them, smiling ear to ear. I'm smiling with you guys and just on the high. And I look forward to the collaborations that will be happening, and we'll be like checking in next year. Tony and I like, oh, they met at the film festival, and that's because, and they're branching out, and just being so happy for you guys and proud of all of us killing it.
Right on. All right. Well,
the Babe brought it, baby. The Babe brought it.
The Babe brought it. We made you proud, Lodrick. Yes. Okay. Good. As we end here, we know people are fighting for fair wages. I just want to say, in solidarity with you all, writers, actors, we're with you. You deserve to be paid. You deserve, with your creativity, what you're bringing into the world, to be valued. Don't give up. I know this is a really hard time. Brave Maker stands with you all. And let me also say this: film festivals. I have a lot of people who say they won't go to one until they have a film in it. I want to challenge you and push back on that. Go just to go and meet people and be inspired. Don't wait until you have a film in the festival. And even if you get rejected, I've been rejected from Sundance 6 times, I still go because of the community that is there. And that's what I'm trying to do here with Brave Maker. So to all of our panelists, let's go around and say where people can find you. We'll do Belhika, Amrit, Emily, Lodrick, and Priscilla. Belhika, go ahead. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
So my preferred place is YouTube, because I have a YouTube channel where I talk about acting. So if you search my name, Belhika Paola, that's Belgica. I know that's kind of hard, so just Google how to self-tape and you'll see me. And then you can also find me on Instagram. Just, again, search my name.
Fantastic. Amrit, where do you want people to find you?
Come check me out. Instagram. It's xray, XRAY .doctor. Pretty active on Instagram, and I wish I had a YouTube channel.
And I can't leave this without reminding everyone that Amrit and his wife announced a pretty big announcement on Sunday. And I just happened to have a piece of merchandise that was absolutely like the very last one. It's been around for only like a couple of years. And it's a Brave Maker specific for a baby, otherwise known as a onesie. And the Trying team happened to be right there when I met Raj, who is Amrit's wife, and got to present to them the final one of 20 onesie to him and his wife. It was so special, and I will always remember this. The fact that I got it on, it feels so freaking amazing. So congratulations, Amrit, for baby number 2. Baby girl coming in December. Is so awesome. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. Lodrick, where can people find you? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, brother. You're muted. There we go. There we go.
Sorry, I live downtown, so I got hydrants and fire hydrants and police. Yeah. DTLA, baby. Instagram's a good place. At Lodrick, LODRICD Collins, COLLINS. Yeah.
Thank you, Lodrick. Emily, what about you?
You can find me at Nice Birdhouse on Instagram. I'm good at communicating. I'm less good at posting, but I'm working on it.
Thank you, Emily. And we can't wait to see your movies and all your stuff that's coming out. And you also teach, Emily teaches at USC, where we're sending one of our interns, Gabriel Perez. So keep your eyes on Gabriel.
I'm going to take care of Gabriel next year. Don't worry.
Please do. All right, guys, I'm Priscilla Lamb. You can find me on Instagram at Ms. MS Priscilla Lamb. Spelled out right here in the corner. Right there. And if you are in the Bay Area and you are a filmmaker and you're down to collaborate and create short films, I'll be making one a month for the remainder of 2023. Please contact me through the Instagram page 11th Hour Creative, 11th Hour Creative. We are down to collaborate and make beautiful stories together. So please reach out.
And that's it. Thank you, everybody. Don't go away because I want to get a photo with you all, but I am so grateful for this conversation, for this community. I am going to be taking a 2-week break to rest and sleep and hopefully catch up with all my brain cells that I might have lost over the course of this week. Couldn't be happier. Thank you again to all of our donors and sponsors, to Mom, and to Belhika, who's now giving every month, and to our donor who upped my mom. If you want to do that, if you want to up my mom or up this other donor who's now at $300 a month, that helps us pay our rent. This helps us pay our streaming service, and it helps me also put some money in people's pockets who are serving on our team and editing and writing and directing and producing and red carpet hosting. I really do have a special place in my heart for creatives. I know how hard it is. So thank you. And also that helps us to compensate our producer, Amy Cohen, our intern, Jessica Cohen from Austin, Texas, who are helping to make this show possible, as well as our editor who takes all this stuff that we talk about and put it onto our apps for all of you to listen in your ears on your runs and as you work out. And Carrie Alley, who does all our social media producing. Thank you to Guerrilla Wanderers, who did all of our behind the scenes videos, and Gabriel Perez, who was our personal documentarian this film festival. All right, that's it. 201st episode. We're changing our days. We're going to Thursdays, 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central, starting in mid-August, just for a change of pace. So hope you all join us for the next 100 episodes up until we get to 300. And join us July 11th through the 14th, 2024 for the 6th annual Brave Maker Film Festival. Y'all, thank you so much. Do not go away. I would love to have one little last moment with you, and then everybody else, take a big breath. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Until next time, brave stories change the world, and you are the story. We are the story. See ya.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at bravemaker.org. Like, subscribe, and share. To become a monthly donor, text the word BraveMaker to 44321 or go to bravemaker.com/donate. Thanks for tuning in.